what's up, friends? So I just wanted to do a little video about who I am because I'm new to YouTube and I just want to properly introduce myself, and I'm not just this random girl trying to make videos and make money. I mean, we all kind of are, but anyways, this is McCartney. He is our featured star in this video, so give him a round of applause and lots of treats. He deserves it. So I'm gonna just give 11 facts about me. 11, I don't know why, I really like that number and it feels right. So fact number 1, I'm 26 years old. I just turned 26 on May 29th. I am a Gemini. We love to talk. Halfway to 30. I've hit the halfway mark to 30 years old and I am totally okay with it. I'm totally gonna embrace my age as I get older. Maybe that'll change as I get older, but I know it's like a trend to say you're younger than you actually are, and I don't want to do that. So I am 26 years old. A year from now, I will be 27. So keep track. You will know if I am lying. Fact number 2, I'm vegan. It's been 2 years since I made the transition. Here's a story about how I got into veganism. So it started out, I was vegetarian, and I wasn't vegetarian by choice. It just happened. And let me explain a little bit more. So when I was 19, I was in college and I lived in the dorms. It wasn't that bad, honestly. I lived in the dorms and I would eat a salad with chicken breasts, like just plain chicken breast. And one day I ate chicken breast and my body was just not agreeing with it. It was not vibing with it, and I threw it up. So that happened and my body just started rejecting meat after that, and so I stopped eating it. And then I started looking into vegetarianism and veganism, and this was back when YouTube was super full of vegan content creators, which bless, because I learned so much. But I was vegetarian for 4 years, so even though I knew a lot about veganism and I was cooking a lot of vegan food, I was also adding cheese and yogurt, and I kind of stopped drinking milk during that time too. So it was mostly just cheese and yogurt that I was eating in excessive amounts, and actually my acne on my chin got way worse during that time, but I didn't even realize it. My senior year, well, 2019, I graduated college. And then shortly after that, I went vegan. The story behind that is one of my really good friends invited me to a birthday party. And it wasn't your typical party where you drink, smoke, and there was just like trap music playing and everyone was delusional and drunk and stuff. It was not like that at all whatsoever. One of his friends let him use their yoga studio / Airbnb space to host his party. And so it was like a high vibe, conscious yoga party, I guess you would call it, where we did yoga, we meditated, there was really good music, and really good vegan food. Someone made khichdi, which, if you don't know what khichdi is, it is an Indian dish consisting of rice and lentils and whatever, like vegetables and stuff. Really good for you, really good in general. And I tried it with sea salt and coconut oil. Oh my god. Best thing ever. I crave it every day. Oh, though I do make it. But anyways, that's not the point. So I was at this party and we were all sitting in a circle on the floor, and we were just going around talking about gratitude and things that we're thankful for. And one of the guys there, I forgot his name. I know who he is. I've seen him multiple times. I've hung out around him multiple times, and I still don't know his name. He was talking about how he's grateful for veganism and being open to the idea of it and stuff. And he went on a tangent about how you can't eat animal products and call yourself a compassionate person. Soak that in, because I don't know what it was. I guess it was just like perfect timing, but in that moment I felt those words so hard, and it hit me like a ton of bricks, and I wanted to cry because I was still engaging in the exploitation of animals by eating dairy. That moment I decided that I was going to be vegan. Mad shouts to you, dude. I need to figure out your name. I will eventually, I promise. It's been 2 years since I did that or made that decision, and I feel great. My skin looks good. I have some hormonal pimples, but I mean, other than that, my skin's usually clear. Fact number 3, I have a bachelor's degree in health and human services. Basically, I started school immediately after high school. I originally wanted to go for biology to be a rheumatologist. Big goals. But turns out I didn't really care for the science like that, like I did in high school. I also did not want to spend that much money and time going into med school. I switched my major to pre-nursing and started working on the prereqs. And I don't know if anyone is a pre-nursing student or went through nursing school. It's very competitive. You basically have to have all A's in every single class, which is fine. I understand that you want competent people in the medical field. I failed anatomy twice, and it sucked because that was the only anatomy teacher at that school, and it was taught in 2 different classes. So it was anatomy, biology 64 or something, and then it was physiology, it was biology 65. And in order to get into 64, you had to, or 65, you had to pass 64. So she was the only person teaching the anatomy physiology course, and she was teaching anatomy content, but on the exams, it would be physiology questions. And I always failed the exams, like 20s out of 100, 40s out of 100. And like, it was so deflating. I don't know how else to say it. Like, it sucked because I would go into an exam studying it up and stuff, feeling all confident, and then I'd get these questions about physiology, and I'm like, bro, if I was taking a physiology class, I would know these answers, but I'm not. So I failed F twice. So I was automatically disqualified from even applying to the nursing degree program. And if I did want to do that, I'd have to wait 5 years to get that class off my record and retake it, and I wasn't trying to do that. Then I switched to public health, and then I switched to sociology. I switched my major so many times in college. I wish I did a little different, but you know, I didn't really know what was going on. I failed a semester because I had a really bad breakup. And at this point, I was 5 years deep into school. Or no, it was 4.5. And I was like, what am I doing with my life? Why am I still here without a bachelor's degree? I took a semester off to kind of reorganize what my goals were, and I heard about this thing where you can kind of make your own major. So I went to the counselor for that. It's such a cool program. If you are in the position that I was in and you just want to get a bachelor's degree and leave, you change your major too many times and you feel like it's too late. See if you can, I forgot the technical name for it. I'll have to look for it and then I'll put it somewhere around here. You can make your own major off of classes that you've already taken. It's so cool. So I ended up choosing classes from sociology, from biology, from public health, and then I just like put them all together, and I ended up needing only 5 more classes to graduate. So I did that. I took the semester off, I saved up, and then my parents helped me pay for a month's worth of tuition, and then I got a bachelor's degree like that literally in a semester. So that's how it worked out for me. As y'all know, I have a dog. He's taking a nap right now, so I'm not going to pick him up, but he is the love of my life, also the physical embodiment of impatience and rage. I got him through my parents. that because my childhood dog had puppies and he needed a home. I have a boyfriend. It's a year and a month now, so go me. I consider myself a yogi. I started doing yoga almost 3 years ago. I started going to these free Sunday classes at Lululemon, and it was awesome because they brought in local yoga teachers and they would give a free class for 50 minutes and it was lit. Around that time, a yoga studio was about to open, so I checked out their studio and really liked it. If you're from Fresno, it's Tower Yoga. I love Jameson and Kelly. They literally have transformed my life just with the way that they teach and how many class availabilities they had and some really good deals with memberships. So if you're from Fresno and you want a good yoga sesh, I highly, highly, highly recommend going to Tower Yoga. They are the sweetest people ever, and they are also yoga teacher trainer certified. One thing I'm really passionate about in yoga are inversions. I like handstands, which I'm not very good at, and headstands. I just like the way I feel after, and I just feel so badass, and it looks so badass. There's so many benefits to inversions. I mean, it's a win-win. You get more body awareness and it's good for your health, period. In 7th grade, I started having this passion for photography and videography to the point where in high school, I was gonna go to an art institute in San Francisco, but that didn't work out. And I felt like I've always had this really good eye for capturing image and videos. I haven't explored it much beyond recreationally. I did buy a couple of SLR cameras. For those who don't know, it's film. I do have a film photography page if you want to follow it. I have 8 siblings. They're all from different parents. They're not all from the same 2 parents that I have. We're all separated, but we're all half siblings, which doesn't change it for me. I love them all the same, you know. Another cool thing about me, I got into Peace Corps and I got medically declined. But for the longest time, it was my dream job and my goal was to get into it, and I did, but it didn't work out. I got in. I had to go... Hey McCartney. Oh, I love you. I got in and the application process was pretty rigorous. The interview, that was the easiest interview I'd ever had, only because they sent you the questions ahead of time. So what I did was I put them on a Google Doc, I answered them, and then I just practiced talking in the mirror and in a camera and read them out loud. So by the time I had my interview with the recruiter, I already knew exactly what I was saying and I had perfect confidence. I didn't need to read it verbatim because I had already memorized it. So I got in, I got a placement in Botswana doing some HIV aid type counseling and work and stuff, but it didn't work out because I have an anaphylactic allergy to, I don't know. My allergist couldn't figure it out, and his concern was me being close to a hospital. Peace Corps couldn't accommodate for that. It didn't work out for me, but everything happens for a reason. I'm not gonna say I'm glad I got declined because I really, really wanted to do that. You know, new opportunities are opening and have opened, and I'm just really grateful for that. Another cool thing about me, I did marching band for 8 years. I started in high school. I was a percussionist for 2 years. I got tendonitis, so I switched over to trumpet the last 2 years of high school. And then I was in front ensemble for the Fresno State Marching Band. I was section leader for 3 years. So if you ever look up Fresno State halftime between the years of 2013 and 2016, I was right there in front and center on the 50-yard line in front of the drum majors. That was a really cool experience. We got to perform at 2 NFL games. One was for the Raiders and the other were for the Chargers. I'm sorry, I'm not really that big into football, so I just had a lot of fun at the games. I also went to Hawaii for free. I got paid to do that. I went to Idaho for free. Also got paid for that. San Diego, LA. Oh, Las Vegas. We went to the Vegas Bowl. And, oh, so lit! Also paid for and free. For anyone who's in high school right now, or you are in college and you are musically inclined, I highly recommend doing a marching band if your school offers it, just because of the experiences, and you get to go to so many different places if your team's good. And then the last thing about me is I have a passion for traveling. I always have. The first time I ever went abroad, I hustled my ass off. I worked so hard to do it. And I went to Fiji for 2.5, 3 weeks through a study abroad program at my school, and it was honestly the best experience of my life. I would do it again, and I would pay for it all over again. It was phenomenal. Fiji was so awesome. And we didn't just like vacation, you know, we spent time in a village and we got to know people and learn a new culture and not have internet and electricity for 2 weeks, and that was honestly really, really cool. I learned a lot about myself during that time, and that kind of sparked my passion for wanting to do Peace Corps. I can always go back because I have friends and family that friends that I consider family that live there, so I felt very welcome. I also went to Japan a couple years ago because my grandpa lives and works there. And I only stayed for 2 days, I think it was, because I found really, really cheap flight. Sub fact about me, I'm really good at finding cheap flights. But I found a round trip flight from LAX to Tokyo, 2 days, for $450, I think it was. I snatched that opportunity up quick. I emptied out my savings for that, but it was worth it. Money comes and goes, traveling and moments don't. Those are everything you need to know about me so far. Maybe I'll do another one later. I will be posting weekly. I'll see y'all later.